I'd like to say welcome to another episode of the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly podcast. Well, I'm your host, Alan Sample. I'd like to thank all my listeners, followers, and subscribers for tuning in, continuing to following me, to listen, listening in to all the different conversations and debates and things I've been talking about these last couple months. I'd like to thank all of y'all for subscribing and following, downloading, and liking. Please continue. This is the show we call The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly podcast. I'm your host, Alan Sample. This week on the show, it ain't gonna be a very long show, but I hope y'all enjoy it. I hope y'all please like, like I said, comment. I take good criticism, bad criticism, all the same. Follow or subscribe. But this week on the show, in current events on this week, I'm covering the Biden, I'm covering what Biden is saying he's about to end the COVID-19 declarations on May the 11th. And they are saying because of the president's abrupt end might create a weird, widespread hysteria. Now, this is just my opinion, people. It's up to you. If you feel like certain things that the president doing, and if they feel like certain things that the president doing is going to cause a widespread hysteria, that's why they got Congress to vote on it. But if he feel like he want to end it, hey. But I don't agree with the other decision they was talking about making the COVID-19 shot like the flu shot annually. I don't know your thoughts, but if you have any thoughts or opinions about it, please hit me on my website at Spreaker.com at the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly podcast. Uh, Leave me a comment. I take, like I said, all criticism the same, but it's kind of weird, man, that you're going to try to make people take the COVID shot like the flu shot all the time. And now they're mad because he's ending all the funding that he's been giving these states and these different businesses. And they say they thinking they're going to just make folks go haywire and go crazy. But y'all should have known. Sooner or later, it was going to stop. It was going to run out. So that's just my, my thoughts on it, but to each his own. Let me know. Also in the show this week, in current events, millions of Americans could be at risk of losing insurances and other services because of the president's decision coming in May the 11th. Because if they cut funding to states for programs that they've been offering, it also gonna alter other people's insurance policies, other people who have insurance that's associated with the COVID-19 protocols and policies and procedures. So, if you are listening, any of my listeners or viewers or subscribers, anybody, y'all need to get a jump on this thing because it's coming and it's coming fast. And when the president says something he's gonna do, I feel like they pretty much gonna do it because they already made their mind up. So it's just my opinion on the matter, but you know what I'm saying? Let me know. And the other current events this week, I got some sad news. It's just like, once again, it always something. Some sad news in current events. Mr. Tyre Nichols was killed in Memphis. They are saying that Mr. Nichols was killed by the hands of police officers. From the information and the sources that I have read, they said the EMTs were fired, plus two more police officers was fired and relieved. Plus, just yesterday, they got rid of another cop on the the police squad that also violated numerous protocols and policies and procedures. Man, you gotta be careful out here, man. But like I said, look, my opinion is I don't have nothing. Don't get me wrong, people. I don't have nothing against no cop. I don't have nothing against no cop, nobody who's doing their job as far as in that field. But if you got to do things the right way, it's because somebody's always watching and paying attention, and you got to look at it at this young man's perspective. If a bunch of people come into my car all hasty, it gonna make me kind of scared. It gonna make me fearful. And on their side of things, they were saying that the young man resisted. They said that when they tased him, also they said they kicked him. They was kicking him and beating him while he was on the ground when he was tased. That was what the video showed, and that was some of the reasons they were terminated and fired. And they said they pulled the young man out of the car. They tased him, like I said. They violated him. But also they said he ran because he was scared. And he if you've been paying attention to the things that are going on in this country with policing and all of that, you're a young African American in the United States. It's a lot has been going on with blacks, with young African American men especially, that it's taking a toll on us. It'll have you shell shocked. And that's why I tell anybody that I care about and love, if you are getting pulled over by the police, do what these people say, because they can make mistakes. You don't want to be the one that they made a mistake on. And then, nonetheless, if they are doing things wrong, not following procedure, they really gonna hem you up. So I say all that to say this: try to, much as you can, comply with the officer. But like this instinct, I'm not taking up for them. I'm not upholding them because this is wrong what they did to this young man. But my thing that I'm saying to my viewers, my listeners, to people who I care about and love and pray for, try to comply, man. And it's scary. Keep your hands on the wheel at 10 and 2. Make sure you have your insurance and registration right on top before your on top of your visor, so you don't have to reach for nothing. Any question they ask you, try to comply. But like in this situation, it wasn't Mr. Nichols' fault because they were breaking protocol. They was doing things out of the wrong. They was doing things they shouldn't have been doing, and they violently beat this young man. They violently snatched him out the car, ran up on him, scared him. That'll scare anybody. Anybody would be scared. So I'm not upholding them, not one bit. I'm just trying to look out for the people that I care for and people that I'm trying to send my message to let them know, man, be careful out here, because times is hard. And you don't want to be one of the stats or the statistics they're talking about. And you don't want to even be in this situation this young man in. And my prayers goes out to his family and his friends and his loved ones, because somebody loved this young man. Somebody cared for him, and it was wrong. And that's why I like to try to see and ask people to if you put yourself in this young man's shoes and see how he felt at the time, and ask yourself, would you be scared? That what them officers should have did. But all the time, certain ones don't do what's right. So please be careful out there. And like I said again, my prayers goes out to Mr. Tyre Nichols' family, his loved ones, and his friends. But please be careful out there, people. In my next segment of the show on the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly podcast, I'm going into hip hop. And then this week in hip hop, as all y'all know, Lil Boosie, and y'all been seeing, Lil Boosie's daughter went viral. She went viral for the freestyle that she was doing on this particular show. Man, she went in. She represented her father very well. Man, hats off to Lil Boosie and his daughter. You know what I'm saying? It's good to see someone who been paying attention and following the steps of their fathers, of listening and, you know what I'm saying, putting the work in. And so far, you know what I'm saying, his daughter, she got it. Y'all please go check her out. Also in hip hop this week, a couple of weeks ago, if y'all might have read this, y'all might not know, but if you don't, I'm finna let you know. Flo Rida was suing this particular drink company called Celsius Energy Drink. He sued them a couple of weeks ago. He won over $82 million because they were using his image, his likeness to push their product. And he said they didn't do the things, they didn't hold up their part of the contract. And hey, he ended up winning the case, man. He won $82 million. $82 million. So Flo Rida, he already probably was just chilling anyway, because I ain't been hearing that, but I'm not from that area, so, but he probably been chilling there. I ain't heard nothing that he made lately, but you really won't see Flo Rida now. Flo Rida he done hit it. And that's good, because sometimes, man, not sometimes, all the time, some people try to take advantage of your likeness and your image and try to use it against you. You know what I'm saying? So do what you gotta do to get what you gotta get. Yeah, do what you gotta do to get what you gotta get. Because your image and your likeness is something, it's your brand, and it's all that you have. And then you agree to do certain things for certain companies. And I'm not knocking the company, because it probably is a great energy drink, but they just said they didn't follow the proper steps and they broke contract with him. Also, in hip hop this week, Blueface, him and Christian Rock, has been back at it again in the news, on the blogs and stuff. This time, for one, as y'all already know, her outburst on the podcast No Jumper, where it was certain things that was said, you know, that she felt like she didn't agree with, and she wanted Blueface to address him right there. But he didn't want to do it in front of the camera, like, you know what I'm saying? He didn't want to do it in front of the camera. He didn't want to do it on that platform. So he, you know what I'm saying? She was talking very cocky, said she can handle herself. So he was just like, okay then, I'll leave. You handle the situation. You handle yourself. You answer all the questions that you need to answer without my help. So that when that at the time that when he told her, but man, when I was watching it and then I read more about it and finding out more information about it, it got into an argument. He asked for her to be taken out of there. Man, she kicked, she busting screens, she doing everything. Man, she just got irate. I know a lot of y'all saw it. Man, for a woman that be so pretty and so fine to be so just toxic, she's very, very toxic. It's crazy to see, and he obviously got a love. He must love her, because he's been dealing with this type of stuff from her for a while. So man, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't do it. But, you know, to each his own. All of us go through things with our significant others, but man. Then again, now they say she's saying that she's pregnant with Blueface baby, and in Blueface defense, he's saying that he knows she done slept with like 10 more guys. So who baby is it? He said when she went to jail, she slept with the CO when she got out. Like, man, hey, gotta be very careful out there, you know what I'm saying? And, You know, hey, the truth's gonna come out soon. Either gonna be Blueface Babies or the other nine guys. And according to him, he said that he ain't the father. Let me know how y'all feel on this, cause this relationship, the more and more I look at it, I think Blueface just be using it to try to like to stay current, to stay what the word I'm looking for, to stay current or to stay on our minds or to stay hot or relevant, either one. Because he ain't put out in that lately. Only hit I know he had was Toxion, but this is my opinion. A lot of people might love his music. I know it was only one, two songs that I know that I like that he made. You know what I'm saying? Not trying to offend nobody, but I'm just saying. It's my opinion. But that's it for hip hop this week. Next on the show, and we moving this thing pretty briefly. We got interviews and other things coming up. I know I've been trying to get trying to work out some kinks of the show, as y'all can tell. Also, you can catch me on YouTube on my YouTube channel. Just type in Alan Sample or look up Alan Sample on YouTube. Please watch, subscribe, whatever you need to do, man. If you like it, if you don't like it, just check it out. If you have any criticism, anything you'd like to say, let me know. I take all, good or bad. So please let me know. So this week on the show in sports, as y'all all know, we have our two teams for the Super Bowl: the Philadelphia Eagles and the Kansas City Chiefs. And after, you know what I'm saying, that was like, if y'all seen both of them games, and I just saw the highlights of the Kansas City Chiefs game because I was busy doing other stuff, and in one particular game that I would like to see, and just my, neither one of those teams are my cup of tea. I like Philadelphia to win it all, but when I watched the Philly game, the Philadelphia game against the Niners, man, hey, that defensive line of Philadelphia shut them down. They didn't have a chance. They were knocking their quarterbacks out left and right. Man, it was just a great game for Philadelphia, and it was a very blowout game for the 49ers. And at the time, they lost several of their quarterbacks. They were even thinking about going to the running back, old boy Christian McCaffrey, and just running the Wildcat all night. So it's like, man, things had got desperate for them. And then in the Chiefs game, it was a pretty good game from my sources and the things that I've read and saw. It was a pretty good game. It was a good, decent game. It was close. The end score was 20-23. But the Chiefs escaped by the hairs of their chin, as some people say. I was rooting for the Cincinnati Bengals, but that's just me. But we do have our teams for the Super Bowl. Like I said, my team I'm still rooting for, Jalen Hurts, the Philadelphia Eagles. They're gonna win this thing. Let me know if you feel different. Comment, whatever. Hit me up on Spreaker.com. Leave a comment, whatever. I'm cool with it, good or bad. And also in the Bengals games, and the Bengals and the Kansas City game, after the game, the Bengals quarterback Joe Burrow told Mahomes, even though he had just lost a tight game, that he really wanted to go to the Super Bowl and try to get at that ring again. Right after the game, this is show you the class and the character of Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow is such an intelligent, strong-minded, smart, good sportsmanship young man. He walked right up to Mahomes and told him, "Hey man, go out there and win that game." Supporting his brother from the same conference. You don't see that all the time. Sometimes these guys will fight because they want it so bad, and I understand. If anybody ever played sports, you will understand that. But at this time, he showed great integrity, great character. I love to see that went between two competitors, athletes, the gladiators of our day. See them just, you know what I'm saying, support one another, uplift one another, even though you lost. Because more of us should be like that when we playing a sport. We see a lot of times with high school sports, even in these like these other leagues below high school, where parents and other people get involved in kids mess or kids arguments and things of that nature, or even in high school where teams lose and they lose their cool and they show who they really are and start fighting, cause it's just a game. If you had a whole game to show what the things that you could do and what you could do, and it's very classy of Joe Burrow to handle the things the way he handled it, and hats off to him. And that is it this week for sports. On my next segment today, in the life segment of the show, this is a part of the show that I'm very passionate about, that I love to talk about. That one of the reasons I started the show, because I like to try to uplift some people. I try to be inspiring. I try to motivate. I try to bring any kind of words of wisdom to help anyone out there who's trying to do right, who's trying to have something, who's trying to do it by the right way. Because me myself, I'm not perfect. I have made mistakes. I have had a lot of turmoil and a lot of, like some people say, did bad things in my life, been wrong, said the wrong things. And when I was on the outside looking in, I needed somebody to motivate me, to uplift me, to keep me to keep me or to help me along my path. Because sometimes that's all we need out here. Somebody to encourage us, to motivate us, to try to inspire us to do better than what we were doing, or show us a different way, or even when we in our slumber, or in like just going down a narrow road, or going down the wrong path. Sometimes we need that motivation, and that's the only reason. That's one of the reasons why I started this show. I started my YouTube channel, just to try to inspire someone, to uplift someone. So, and like I said, this is one of my great segments of the show. And in life, and I love talking about things of this nature. So in life this week, never burn a bridge that you might need later in life. And what I mean by never burn a bridge that you might need later in life is, you never know who you need in this world. You never know who you need in this world. So be very mindful of the people in your life and the people that you need. Be very mindful of the people, how you handle people, how you deal with them. Try to respect everyone. Like I tell some people, even a dog needs respect. If you kick a dog down and you keep talking about a dog and beating him and ridiculing him and throwing dirt in his eyes, that dog might just bite you or turn his back on you. Sometimes we as people, we gotta understand, everybody got their own problems. Everybody going through their own situations. Ain't none of us perfect out here, but when you got someone who's trying to help you, who's trying to do things in your life and uplift you and look out for you, like for instance, in networking, you network just by building relationships and rapport with different people that you have encountered with. So if you treat these people right and respect and be very respectful and just have integrity and show your character and show who you are, but be who you are. But also be mindful, even though you might want to say some hurtful things because they said something hurtful, or you might be mad about whatever and you want to lash out. Sometimes go above yourself or go above the problem and still show their integrity and respect. And nevertheless, don't burn that bridge. Meaning, because you might never know who you might need. You might have went off on your boss, and 10 days later, your boss passed you on the highway. You on the side of the road, broke down. He's the only car on the road. He see you and won't stop. He won't stop just because he remember how you did him, how you went off. Yeah, sometimes our bosses say the wrong things. Sometimes we say the wrong things. Sometimes we tell ourselves in our mind what they said to us is offensive. Sometimes we validate what someone said to us, and and I'm guilty of too. I'm guilty of it myself sometimes. But I try to keep a level head and an open mind and an open heart to try to understand everyone's perspective. I try to sit back and listen to what that person is saying, not just to what I want to hear it say to benefit myself. Because once you burn that bridge or that network with that person might not never forgive you. Everybody's not built the same, even though the Bible say thou shalt, even though the Bible say you should forgive one another. You should love on one another. We as people, we don't do that. We hold grudges. Some people can forgive, but they still won't forget what you did and what you said. So you gotta go, and I ain't saying go through life walking on eggshells. Be yourself, but also have that level of class and respect to yourself and the way you carry yourself, and don't be walking like and acting like you better than others. Because sometimes you burn bridges with people that are below you or on your level or higher than you by acting uppity or by acting snobbish or better than someone. It ain't gonna kill you to be nice and friendly and respectful. I guarantee you, the more times that you can be respectful and nice to someone, that person will help you much as they can down the road. Even though they don't even know you that well, I guarantee they might still help you because they just know off that first impression that they got of you, off that little time they've been with you, how you impress them by being respectful and nice. And they just choose to, like, sometimes a common courtesy of just coming in and speaking, saying, "Hey, how you doing?" will take you a long way. Will open the door, will open the bridge that was closed for you. Because once you burn a bridge and you can't go across it, you might need to go across it later down in life, where now there's a gap in the road in your life, and below the bridge is all the sharks, the vultures, all the piranhas. They're just waiting for you to fall in. And there's a gap in your road, and you need a bridge to go across. Unless you're gonna swim with the sharks and the piranhas. And I don't really think you're gonna survive. So sometimes we need to close that gap and keep them bridges together instead of burning them down and tearing them down. And I can't, like, I'm not innocent, I'm not perfect, but like I said, myself, I had to learn different. And I try to do people right much as possible. I try to respect everyone. I try to be above my feelings and my emotions. But I handle it different in my own way. Some can't handle it. Some think I still do it the wrong way. But this is my way of handling it because in my life, in my past, I have handled things terribly wrong, as far as with my anger and things of that nature. And like I said, that's the reason why I started this podcast, this show, that's why I love this segment in life, that's why I talk about things of this nature. Because once you got a gap in that road and you don't have a bridge to cross or to help you get across this gap in your road or this gap in your life. And this gap in the road, I mean the same thing as the gap in your life. All of us need somebody. There's no millionaire out there in this world who became a millionaire by doing it alone. It's good to be strong-minded, independent, and all of that, but be mindful that two is better than one. Like the Bible said, whereas one or two of us in agreement and praying and speaking and loving and worshiping God's name, he said, I'm there. I'm in there. So that should be like, it let you know off jump. If there's one or two of us in agreement, the love of God is in the room. So we should think about that whole scenario right there. And it should let you know that you can't do nothing, I feel, in this world that's productive and powerful by yourself. Everybody needs somebody. Everybody needs someone to shoulder the crown. Everybody needs somebody to help them along the way. And I mean as black people, African Americans, I feel like we hold sometimes a lot of grudges against, you know what I'm saying, others and people. And where I come from, it be over little stupid things that it shouldn't be. We should just let it go, man. You know what I'm saying? Holding grudges. Try to do your best to forgive this person and try your best to forget. I understand it's hard to forget when a person you feel in your heart that you did nothing for them to wrong you like that. So try to keep that line of communication always open. Try to show these people or whoever you come in contact with, because you never know. Some of the richest men and women in this world walk the streets, walk around with no face shaving. I have met millionaires that they got hair all over their face. They got old clothes on. But if I had to walk by them and just didn't speak, not be myself for one, don't speak, or when I see them joke about what they got on, oh look at that guy, then turn around, I go in this office and it's be the same guy who running the show. And he remembered the way I treated him, joking and being funny and being messy and being picking and whatever. So my message to you all who listening to my show in life, never burn a bridge if you must. Because you never know who you're going to need in life. You never know. You might need this person to save your life. So please be very mindful of that. And that is it this week in the live segment of the show. Thank you so much. Thank you. Next on the show this week, another segment that I'm very, very, very passionate about. Very passionate about, man. I try to leave every at the end of every show, because I try not to keep y'all too long, because I understand we are very busy people out in this world. We got a lot going on. I have a lot of myself going on, so I try to be respectful of your time, because time cannot be replaced. Anything else in life can be replaced besides time. Your time cannot. Your your time, I'm telling you, cannot be replaced. So I'm not here to waste your time, but like on every show, I on every show, I love to lead my listeners, my followers, and my subscribers and my viewers to a little substance, a little meat, give you something to feed your soul. That's what it does for me, and I hope it helps you as well. And like I get a lot of ridicule for some of the segments that I have on my show from from different people, but it's, like I said, good criticism and bad criticism I take the same. So hey, it is what it is. I'm trying to be the best version of myself. So I hope y'all like this segment. I hope you love it as much as I do. And this segment of the show is called the Bible verse of the week. And every week, please tune in. And if you don't like all of the show, listen to these two segments, the life and the Bible verse segments. And on this week of the show, and on this week of the show, on the Bible verse of the week, is come from Psalms 41 and 2. I'm gonna say it again. Come from Psalms 41 and 2, and it reads, "I waited patiently for the Lord to hear me, and He turned to me and He heard my cry. He lifted me out of the pit of despair, out of the mud and the mire. He set my feet on solid ground and steadied me as I walked along." Now, this is a very powerful verse in Psalms, chapter 40, verse 1 through 2. It's a very, very powerful verse. To me, it has a very powerful, strong message. I love to read the Bible and try to interpret and ask God to give me understanding. I don't know what any of y'all believe in. This your choice. But those who believe in some of the things that I do, or you think this could help, please read this verse and ask God for understanding. Not of your own understanding, but ask God to get you to understand, not of your own understanding, but of this verse. And my understanding of this verse is just basically saying, man, no matter what you're going through, no matter the hell you're going through, wait. And this person is saying he waited patiently on God. He waited for Him. He stood still, like they said in the Bible. He stood still through all the turmoil and the ridicule. He could have just ran, could have left, could have put his head, he could have just did anything. But he waited patiently for the Lord to help. Said the Lord heard his cries. And he said, and from this verse, from my understanding, it lifted him out of despair. It lifted his soul. It made him feel so much better, because he was in depression. He was going through a despair. He was deep down in the mud, in the mire, struggling, can't move, feeling like he's stuck because of some of the things and the consequences that he made, and this problem that he made for himself, or whatever that he had encountered that was bad, that he felt like he was struggling. And we all go through struggles, and we all go through turmoil. We all go through different things that tries to tear us down. But like I would like to tell y'all, God hear your prayers. Pray about it wholeheartedly. Talk to him like you're talking to your friend. Because if you do, and you pray like you're talking to one of your friends from your heart, and you let them know what you're going through, what you're dealing with. You could be dealing with money problems, about to lose your house. You don't know how you're gonna pay your bills for the week. It don't always gotta be trouble from criminal things. It can be you could be struggling with your love life, your companion, and you feeling like you about to lose it, and you feeling like it's tearing you down. You getting very depressed, and you feeling like you stuck. You feeling just like I don't know which way to go. And like this verse said, have faith in the God to where he have faith in him to be patient and to wait on his answer, not of our own. Because sometimes when we try to do things out of our own mind and overstep our way, it lands up deep. It lands us deeper and deeper in more trouble and more disgust, more problems, more consequences, more things that is wrong. For me and myself, I understand this verse completely because when I do overstep myself and try to do things my way and not be patient on God, it most of the time it don't end the way I want it to. When I overstep my boundaries or say something the wrong way. So, like this verse 8, wait patiently on God. Because he gonna set your feet on solid ground, on a great foundation. He gonna get you back going. He gonna make sure you strong and, and your foundation is good as you continue to get up and walk along and continue to move on in life. Like I tell people all the time, sometimes things that we go through in life is not forever. So don't let that pain and that hardship and the troubles that we're going through have you walk around with your head down because you lost a loved one or you lost a job or you made the wrong decision and you got to face this and you got to face that. Ask God to give you strength to guide you and lead you and to protect you. Ask him to put his armor protection around and wait on his answer, not of your own. Because he's going to turn and look at you. He's going to turn and let you know, I hear your cry. And once God's strength and his love and his mercy is with you, man, your foundation is going to be so strong. You're going to walk so evidently. You're going to be it's going to show what you had said to the Lord, our Father God, in secret. What you have shown, it's going to show what you have been saying in secret to our Father God. It's going to show out openly all the rewards and the benefits from your prayers. And people might even scratch their head like, man, how is this person doing all this? How is he doing that? How is she doing this? How is she doing that? That's not their word because they don't understand the power of your God and what he has brought you out of and where he's taking you, and where he's leading you and walking with you. He's setting you on solid ground. And he'll never forsake us or leave you alone because he sees that your love for him and your faith in him to where when you was going through it, you came to him. You could have easily not prayed not one prayer, not spoke to him, not brought it to him, not believed in him, and just gone off your own thought and mind. But you showing that I'm going to wait on what God said. I'm going to be patient. I'm going to stay in this hell. I'm going to deal with this struggle. I'm going to deal with whatever I made. I made this bed. I'm going to deal with it. Or if you didn't make that trouble, I got struggles that I'm dealing with that is out of my hands. But I'm going to deal with it. I'm going to stand. I'm going to stay patient. I'm going to pray about it. I'm going to face it. Or you lost it, or whatever. Or you're losing a job and the struggle is getting too hard to bear. Once you show our Father that you believe in him, He gonna hear your cry, and he gonna set you on a strong foundation, and also he gonna walk with you as you take a step. He gonna take two, and that's basically what I get from this verse in Psalms 41:2. Please read it for yourself and ask God for understanding. This is my interpretation and my interpretation and what I ask God and my understanding from this verse. And I think what my understanding of it is, it's coming from my heart. So I don't try to overthink it. I try to come from the heart with this. That's why I'm so passionate about this segment of the show that I call the Bible verse of the week. So if anyone likes this verse, please let me know. Comment. Uh, Hit me on Spreaker.com on my platform. Hit me on YouTube. All my links are on my page on my YouTube channel, and that is it for this week on the show of the good, the bad, and the ugly. Thank you. And once again, I like to say thank you to all my listeners, so, all the people that download, and all my subscribers on other platforms that I'm on. I'm on all platforms, people. Apple, Spotify, YouTube. Uh, for one, my platform, Spreaker.com/Alan Sample. Uh, but you can go on there at Spreaker.com and hit me on my website, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, at Spreaker.com. Leave a comment, whatever. Leave a comment on my new YouTube channel. Yeah, this is my new YouTube channel. I'll be putting out more content, more shows. I hope y'all like it. Like I said, I take good and bad criticism the same. So please let me know. And that is the show for this week. And I'm your host of the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly podcast, Alan Sample. And them some big old facts. And we out.